Image courtesy Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton clinched his fourth F1 title at Sunday's Mexican Grand Prix, despite limping home ninth after an opening lap clash with championship rival Sebastian Vettel. Max Verstappen took the winning hours for the third time in his short F1 career and was joined on the podium by Valtteri Bottas and Kimi Räikkönen. We caught up with renowned social media editor Msportxtra to dissect the race. What do you make of Verstappen's move over Vettel and his overall drive? I think initially he wanted to go to the inside for turn 1, but Vettel got that covered, so he went to the outside and stuck in there to get a better position for the inside of turn 2, and that worked out perfect. From there on he extended his lead and brought home a clean race without any issues. Just very well managed. Would you agree with the stewards that Vettel-Hamilton lap 1 clash was a racing accident? I fully agree. Vettel had a bad exit out of turn 2 after his battle with Verstappen, and Hamilton took a perfect line into turn 2 to have a better exit out of turn 3. Sadly, Vettel couldn't go any other way to defend his position, so they crossed paths into turn 3 and collided. Some said Vettel did it on purpose to run into Hamilton, but I don't believe that for a second. Racing incident. Do you feel Hamilton could have finished higher up, had he just got on with the job instead of complaining on the radio he lost a lot of time behind Sainz? And no, I don't. I even feel he got lucky to end up in ninth, because every time Hamilton drops to the back, he has a difficult time to get back up again. It might be the characteristics of the car, but the Mercedes is strong when it is in front in open air. If the car gets stuck behind another car, it is a real handful. Do you feel Sebastian Vettel only has himself to blame for losing the title 2 race before the season end? That is a hard one. Of course in Baku, he messed up and let his emotions got the better of him, and you can argue that in Singapore, he could have taken another less aggressive line going towards turn 1, but overall it has been the reliability of the car that has let Vettel down since the summer break. For example, the spark plug issue. That is almost unheard of in this era of power units. Not the first time Force India missed out on the podium this season. Do you feel they got the strategy wrong? Yes and no. Looking at Ocon, who came in 5th. He did an awesome job, and I don't think he would have been able to keep 3rd in the race, no matter what strategy. If Ricciardo didn't DNF, chances are he would have finished 6th. For Perez, he got stuck behind a few cars for too long in my opinion. Many overlooked Lance Stroll's drive, despite how far he started from. Are you getting more impressed by him after every passing race? For me, Stroll is a rookie with rookie mistakes, but he is learning and growing. His unfair advantage is that he gets to test all over the world in the 2014 Williams to learn about all kinds of things. Considering that, he should be better than at the start of the season. On the other hand, as a rookie, comparing him to other rookies that just step into the car and go without the extensive testing, Stroll hasn't convinced me yet, as he is pretty much on the same par with other rookies that don't have the amount of test mileage. And lastly, why do you feel Renault has run into so many reliability issues lately? That is the million-dollar question. Compared to Mercedes and Ferrari, they have had a lot of reliability issues this season, and it is not down to just the ICE or MGU-HRTC. Every time it is something else. My personal thoughts are that, since Renault knows it isn't on par with Mercedes and Ferrari, the WCC was always too far away, and a Renault-powered WDC wasn't in the cards this season. They might be trying different solutions to different problems to see what works in order to get next year's engine running as it should when it hits the ground at winter testing. Experimenting with solutions, if you will. That would mean they could experience different issues as we've seen this season, but it also helps Renault to get a good solution in place and not look like Honda, no offense, who came up with MacGyver fixes every time something was wrong. Honda used 11 or 12 engines per driver, but they are still on spec 3.8. What if Renault is also fixing issues along the way for this season, but will start next year with spec 6.0, for example? A brand new engine where, because the engine rules stabilized, every hiccup they encountered this season has been fixed in a proper way. But that is just my humble opinion.